The drama does not end with history's brutal script. Instead, it dares to imagine a different fate. Where history remembers King Yoon only as a merciless tyrant, the fictional King Yoon is given another path, a destiny where betrayal and cruelty are not the end, but where love, forgiveness, and rebirth shine through. This finale takes a story rooted in palace intrigue and reshapes it into something intimate and eternal. It doesn't just close a chapter, it asks us to reflect on destiny itself. The final storm begins with the schemes of Prince Jaesun and Kang Mok-ju. For so many episodes, they have been shadows at the edges of the throne, patient, calculating, ruthless. Now their trap finally springs. They accuse Yoon Jae-young, the modern chef who has become Yeon's trusted companion, of poisoning Grand Prince Jin Myung. The weapon, a simple ginseng-stuffed chicken she herself prepared. When the prince collapses mid-meal, the whispers begin. Poisoner! Jae-young's greatest gift, her cooking, suddenly becomes the noose around her neck. But the truth is far more twisted. The chicken was pure. The poison hid within the prince's medicine, nutmeg, an exotic spice harmless on its own but deadly when mixed with ginseng. Kang Mok-ju and Prince Jaesun exploited this obscure knowledge, crafting the perfect illusion. Only Jae-young's modern understanding of food chemistry can unravel it, and she races against time to prove her innocence and save the prince's life. The stage for the climax is set at Tangshanjiang Pavilion. Here, Yeon's fury erupts. Faced with betrayal and threats to the woman he loves, he unleashes the brutal side history remembers. The executions he orders are ruthless, terrifying, reminding us how fragile the line is between a man and a monster. The story refuses to paint him in pure light. Instead, it reveals both faces, tyrant and broken man, cruelty and love, forever intertwined. The villains meet their ends in fitting fashion. Kang Mok-ju, cornered, drags Jaesun with her as she leaps from a cliff. She dies, but Jaesun survives. And survival is no victory, it is history demanding its due. Jaesun will lead the coup that topples the king. Joseon's record remains intact: rebellion, deposition, downfall. But Jae-young cannot stay silent. She knows the truth. No matter how fiercely Yeon fights, history itself cannot be defeated. In desperation, she begs him to flee. She tells him plainly, fate is his enemy. Yeon listens, and for the first time he chooses trust. Yet tragedy waits. In the final battle, Yeon and Jaesun clash in a flurry of blades. When Jaesun strikes at Jae-young, Yeon shields her with his own body, taking the fatal blow meant for her. The moment is raw, devastating. Blood stains his royal robes, but his last words are not commands or curses. They are tender, human, gratitude that Jae-young came to him, joy that he was loved. He dies in her arms, not as Yoon the tyrant, but as Yeon the man. Here, the greatest secret unfolds. Jae-young's journey through time was no accident. The Manganrock, the ancient book that pulled her into Joseon, is not just an artifact, it is sacrifice given form. To use it demands a price. And Yeon's death fulfills that price. His soul does not vanish, it crosses over. Death becomes passage. The twist: the Manganrock was Yeon's creation all along. A book of recipes, memories, and dreams written for Jae-young. His longing birthed the very object that brought her to him, and his final act of love carries him forward to her world. Fate and choice collapse into one, an endless cycle of love. Yeon awakens not in Joseon, but in the modern year of 2025. Disoriented, breathless, alive, no longer a king, no longer burdened by blood or throne, simply a man reborn. Meanwhile, Joseon continues. His body is never found. Queen Ya-hyun seizes power, placing Prince Jin Myung on the throne. History does not bend. Yeon's tyranny remains recorded. But the man himself escapes it, freed into another life. This is the author's brilliance. History is not rewritten. The tyrant Yeon remains in the annals. But Yeon, the man, finds redemption outside that history in a second chance. The epilogue offers quiet instead of violence. Yeon and Jae-young, no longer king and cook, meet again in the modern world. Their reunion is soft, ordinary, and profoundly moving. No throne, no rebellions, only love. We glimpse their shared life after, the meals, the laughter, the small joys. Not epic battles, but human moments. A domestic peace forged from sacrifice. In the end, the story achieves what few historical dramas dare. It acknowledges darkness, refuses to excuse cruelty, but still delivers hope. The redemption belongs to Yeon the man, not Yeonsun the monarch. By separating the two, the tale avoids glorifying tyranny while still granting us the catharsis of transformation. It is a story of cycles, of love, sacrifice, and history's echo. The Manganrock embodies this cycle. The time slip begins and ends with Yeon and Jae. And most of all, their love itself transcends centuries to bloom again. When the curtain falls, it is not tyranny that remains, but love, redemption, and the timeless promise of second chances. And that's the beauty of K-dramas. They remind us that even in the darkest corners of history, love can rewrite the story. What did you think of this ending? Would you want more dramas to take bold risks with history like this? Let me know in the comments below. If you loved this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me again here at K-Drama Addict, where every drama finds its heartbeat.